Alright guys, picked up a new bike here. This is a 2013 DRZ400. Has 1,000 miles on it. This is actually March of 2019. So what we're going to do here, we got a bunch of parts coming. We're going to tear into this thing and see what we can do. I'm going to do a little makeover on it. I won't have everything in the next couple days here on, but should have a pretty significant change here in a couple days. I'll check back in and we'll get some more stuff posted about it here and kind of show you what it looks like after we get a little bit of the makeover done. We'll check in then. We'll see you. Well, alright guys, there it is. A few days of work from when we brought it home and it was all black and all stock. Got a bunch of parts on it, probably about 800,000 bucks later, it's what it looks like. It is not completely done yet. I will be adding some other mods to it throughout the summer, putting a few more things on it, but I'll just go over what I've done to it so far, so you have an idea where I'm at. I'll start up here at the front. Tires, put the Kenda Trackmaster 2s on there. They're DOT legal, have STI Ultra heavy duty tubes, and I will say one thing, the STI tubes, I think they're as heavy as the tire when you take them out of the box. They are very heavy. Got those on. Did a little wrap on the bottom of the front forks here, little vinyl wrap. Got rid of the hideous 1970s shock boots and put the seal savers on. To put these on, you just got to loosen your clamp bolts, two here, two up above, and your fork will slide right out. The seal savers slide right down over, and they give you a zip tie here to put on to hold them here. I still didn't trim I got to trim the zip tie off over there. You can see in the one here. Did that. We put a YZ250F fender on the front. That's from a 2014. You do have to drill the two back mounting holes. You have to ream them out and make them a little bit larger. Then you got to drill two more right here to match the mounting holes on the Suzuki. Did a little white vinyl background there with a fresh Suzuki on the headlight. I probably will eventually change this to white so that the whole bike is white. We have Rocky Mountain ATV short stock LED turn signals on there. Got the Tusk hand guards, wraparounds. One thing I will say on these Tusks, I'll try to get it so you can see it. They are now making this mounting bracket like the Enduro Engineering with the cutout for so you can run your lines down through and not have issues when you mount these. These are awesome. They're awesome. They really help out a lot. Now it makes it a lot easier to mount your hand guards on. I put on the 2-inch rocks risers. These adapt it. They go in your 7/8 inch clamp, and I put 1 1/8 inch Tusk Chubb bars on. That is what's on here, and the rocks risers adapt it from the 7/8 to the 1 1/8. And you do have room. I didn't have any issues as far as cables. There was just enough room to keep your cables routed the way they are from the factory and still get, when you turn the handlebar, you have no binding on the throttle or any of the cables or wires. Have the double take mirror set up. I run these because I can switch these back and forth on, I got a 350 over there. Switch them back and forth between the 350 and the CRF 250L. Plus they just fold right down. Take them loose. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. Put them right down. Good to go. And you can fold them back up and put them where you need to be. I only have it on the left because in PA for inspection, you only need it on the left. Let me see. Oh, here also, what I did for the key switch. Of course, you can't mount it on here. The holes are just slightly different. They don't line up with the clamp. So I just grabbed a little old bushing I had laying around and trimmed it to fit, and put it under this bolt, the longer bolt. Go to the hardware store, get a longer bolt, and just put the factory Rox riser bolt in there. Worked out good. As you can see, there's a decal graphics kit on there. That was a closeout from Dennis Kirk. I think they were like 40 bucks. It was the last one they had. The only thing is, I don't know if you can tell through the camera, it is a little yellowed. You can tell it's an old decal. This, compared to that, they were in the same box, but that's bright white like it should be, and this is kind of yellow. We got that on there. From Wheeling Cycle Supply. Put the black side case covers on. There's the one in the clutch here and the one over on the magneto side. Did not do pegs yet. They will be done, but I took the rubber insert out. Of course, no skid plate yet. That will be coming. Rear tire, Ken the Trackmaster. That's a 120. Let me get the exact size here for you. It's the Trackmaster 760. It's a 120, 118 on that. And yeah, stock exhaust. I will get an aftermarket exhaust for when I keep the stock on, because I ride in certain places where you got to kind of be stealthy or a little undercover. So I run the stock. Now, if I'm going riding somewhere with some guys, there's no issues of being loud, I will have a pipe to throw on there too. And we have the Edge, popular Edge tail light kit on the back here. Everybody's seen those. Use them on just about any dual sport I get. I got the Rocky Mountain LEDs on the back, of course. Now this rear fender is a UFO fender from Wheeling Cycle Supply for a DRZ400E. So you do have to, if I can show you here, you do have to cut out this piece right here, because there is no subframe back here on a DRZ400E. So you have to take a Dremel tool or a knife or something and cut this section out, and then it'll fit right on. Which you got to be careful of though. It's probably hard to see. The UFO plastic is bright white, and these are Cherby side panels, and they are more yellow than the UFO. So looking at it up close, you can definitely see the difference. It's probably a little hard to see it on the camera. Got a shift lever here. This is from Wheeling Cycle Supply. I believe it was $20. The only reason I put that on is because I cannot stand that 1970s style little rubber grommet that they have on the end of the shifter here. It looks like the one that was on my 1971 JT60 when I had it. And of course there's the cover, Wheeling Cycle Supply. I did loosen the carb up and drill out the cap on the air screw and put in a screw here from Wheeling Cycle Supply, so I can just adjust that, because mine from the factory was at 2 3/4 turns out. I have this one probably about 3 to 3 1/4 turns out. I'm not exactly sure, because I do have the, even though this is stock exhaust, I did drill out the spark arrestor here, so it is wide open. It has a little bit of a better note to it. It does let it breathe a little bit. As far as the air box, I did not do the 3x3, but I did pull the snorkel out to let more air in there. Trying to see anything else here we did. No jetting to the carburetor yet. I'm going to let that, I've had a couple of these before, and I don't even know if I jetted them when I had the aftermarket exhaust on, but I'll see how this runs here once I get it going in the summer and out for a couple rides and see what I need to do. Gearing, right now, this is 1446. I'm going to put a 47 on. The only reason I put the 46 on is because I happen to have it here. So I threw it on, and what I do is keep a 47 on the back, and I just change the front sprocket. I keep a 13, 14, and 15 here on hand, and just change them out for whatever different riding I'm doing. I use the 13 for single track, 14 for trail riding and being on the road, and if I'm just going to be on a road or a long trip, 15. And you can see this is nothing special here as far as a case saver. That's just the one that comes with it. I took the plastic guard off that gets caked up with mud when you're doing a lot of off-road riding, and just got 2 nice hex head screws and put the original little case saver back on there as far as that goes. See if I got anything else going. Like I said, I will put a skid plate on this here shortly before I do any hardcore off-road riding. Probably put a set of bigger pegs on it. Also, there you can see the seal savers kind of from the side. To me, it just looks a lot better than the big ugly, like I said, 1970 disco booties on there. I'm not real keen on them. I mean, why Suzuki hasn't put the upside down forks on this like the SM, I have no idea. But there, kind of give you another rundown and look at it. So there you go, and I'll get this out here and do a couple rides on it, let you know how it works, and we will also put it up against the 350 there a little bit in the woods and see how it holds up to that badass one there. So if we put any more accessories on this, I'll keep you updated. Like I said, definitely a few more things I'm going to do. But right now it's actually getting nice weather here in the Northeast, so I think I'm even going to throw my boots on today and get this baby outside and see how she'll do. I haven't had a DRZ400. My last one I had was back in 2012, and every time I get rid of one, I miss it and want to get one back. So I sold my KLR 650 and picked this one up, and we're going to get her out and see how she does. Remember, like and subscribe, and get outside. Let her rip. I'll see you guys. Thanks.